I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get lit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Get rich, transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get lit, get lit. Get rich,
Well, hello. It's Tina with Enriched by Tina, here to help you get your whole life together as I'm getting my life together here in real time. And let me tell you, technology been technologing this morning, wouldn't even let me hit the live button. I said, now wait a minute. First, the good deacon tried to get me. I mean, he tried this morning. When I tell you he tried real good because baby Sheets was feeling, as they say, feeling mighty good this morning. And y'all know it's been raining and it's been kind of cool, and you get a little cozy, put a little heat on in here. Baby, you don't want to get off and up under the covers. And so every time I try to click to turn something on, to do something, I see that it's 3 of y'all here, but I can't see your comments. I don't know what's going on this morning. So good morning to whoever's here. As soon as I can get my clicker to do what it's gonna do, I can greet you properly. But I'm telling you, this right here is it's something. Okay, I can see you now. I said, Lord, technology won't it just it's good till it's not. Okay, so good morning, Regina. Good morning, Mother McKnight. Good morning, Rick. So good to see you. I'm trying to tell you, today must be something mighty good about today, because everything was trying to hinder the good deacon. Then the technology didn't want to work. Good morning, Reverend Penny. So good to see you. I said, Lord, let me see, as they say, let me see what the Lord was trying to say this morning, because I'm telling you, it was trying to keep it from happening. So when we talk about good morning, Dr. LeJune, we've been talking about mindset and whatever, thinking about what you're thinking about and all these good things. And this was a good one this morning. Good morning, Teresa. God knows a open heart to healing. My God, let's see what Psalms talking about, like Psalms 139, 23, and 24. Let me see if this technology is gonna let me do what I need to do over here. Because even my phone is cutting up. I said, now wait a minute. Now all of this, like, because I thought I was gonna have to go live from my phone, but then it started cutting up. I said, now wait a minute. So let's see what Psalms 139, 23, and 24. Let's see what the Lord's talking about. As we dive into this open heart, into healing. Because when we think about an open heart, open mind, we have to consider some things, and consider, um, we talked about Job, how God say, have you considered my servant Job? And sometimes he'll do that. He will mind us of some things that we need to do. And see, let me you know what, technology, it you're not gonna do this today now. As they say, talk amongst yourselves right quick while I get this thing going. Um, because even the phone now, you know what? Now wait a minute. Here it is right here. Psalm 23 and 24. It says, Search me, and it's got in parentheses, and this is the amplified, thoroughly, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there be any wicked ways or hurtful ways in me, and lead me into the everlasting way. Okay, I see why he coming for us this morning. Because if you search yourself, my God, it says, search me, oh God. Mm, I'm going to pause right there and look on that. Look, let me get my water. It says, search me, oh God. Now, I don't know about you. There has been a time in my life where the police, you know how the police search you, right? Your girl ain't always been your girl, right? Your girl ain't always been this polished. I've been searched by the police before, okay? Have anybody ever been searched? Not necessarily by the police, but well, have you been searched by the police? Say, man, am I the only one? Am I the only rebel up in here this morning? Baby, when they search you, well, you've been searched. Have y'all ever been pulled at the airport? Well, and you know how they frisk you right on down. Baby, that ain't a good feeling, right? I don't know about. So if you ain't been searched by the police, have you ever been stopped by the airport police? That's what I call them, and they frisk you. That like, baby, the people in the airport, I don't know. They might about be as rough as the police. They go down one side, all in between your legs, and I'm like, girl, ain't nothing down here. What's up? What's this beeping? Is these bobby pins? Okay. But I have been frisked by the police, okay? They be feeling all over the place. So you know how that feels when you're being searched. So we asking the Lord to search us, oh Lord. You know what? That right there, that we ain't even gotta say nothing else. Because when we start searching our heart and our mind and our thoughts, we have to be real honest with ourselves when we do that. Like, it's nothing that we can say. So when we tell him, we get bold and say this, search me, oh God, and know my heart, and test me, and know if I got some thoughts or some things that ain't quite right. Look, through and through, yes. And it invites God, because we're asking God to come on into our life, to whatever that's not doing right. Yeah, clutch them pearls for real. You better know in real time. And when we ask him into our life, just like the police officer searching us, just like the airport police searching us, we don't like that. That just it just you feel violated. And so when we ask God to come on in and cleanse us through and through, he knows things about us that don't nobody else know. Some people don't know your deep, dark, ugly, but God knows every bit of it, right? And so when we invite him into us and we ask him to help us not to be ashamed, to cleanse us thoroughly, so when we do that, it exposes you. Y'all remember, it's been a couple of months. I was on the nudge and I was talking, and I wanted to give y'all a little cute little story, right? I didn't want to go into the fact that I had been dealing with some stuff that it was beyond my control. It was beyond me and Jesus, and I needed a little extra help, meaning I had to hire a therapist to help me get down to the innermost deep ugly of me that was showing up in other ways. See, sometimes we don't know why we do a thing, because We haven't dealt with some stuff. And when you keep suppressing stuff and putting stuff on top of stuff, on top of stuff, then somebody touch you and somebody say the wrong word to you, you blow up and you don't know why. Because we have not thoroughly asked God to come in out. So, I didn't want to tell nobody I was going to therapy. Like, who does that? Like, first of all, I felt like, well, Lord, why you gonna put me on Front Street like that? And guess what he said? You said you free, you freeing her. Well, why not tell people how you getting free? Yeah, you got Jesus. Yes, you got the Lord, but you also needed to get a therapist because some stuff is not going to be dug up out of you, up off of you. You can't pray it away. You can't fast it away. Some stuff you just can't fast. Some stuff that's on you, that's in you, you got to talk to somebody else about it. Am I the only one out here like that? Like am I the only one? Like, somebody let me know in the chat. Is this resonates with you? Like, sometimes you got to go talk to somebody. And if you have not come to that realization, then maybe today might be the day. Because it says God knows a heart open is healing. Like, if you're not going to be open to nothing, baby, you're going to still be stuck with whatever they did, she did, he did, how you feeling. You're going to be stuck with that stuff, right? Because if we want to live in this world, we got to be free. And y'all know I'm on the journey to free her. That's what all this is all about, is getting free, right? And so, good morning, Damien. You have to get free. So when we think about Psalms 139 and 24, when it says, search me, listen, we can't be ashamed, because guess what? Somebody else is blocked up, locked up, and they need to know it's okay. You're not alone, right? And I'm gonna put a pause there. If y'all think about this, go on and share this. Go on and share this broadcast with somebody. Somebody on your thread and on your what you call on your in your algorithm. They need to hear this. So when you start thinking about what we've been talking about, thinking about what you're thinking about, when you start talking about searching me and thoroughly, listen, if you don't, baby, I'm telling you, it shows up in other areas. And so when we think about to get that stuff off, it cleanses us. You suppressing this stuff. And I found out that all the stuff that I had been feeling, I had been suppressing, it was causing stress in my body, right? And stress in my body was stressing my body, and it started wanting to attack different organs in my body. Okay. So y'all want to know why why she all of a sudden talking about free her? Yeah, I'm freeing me from all this stuff that's trying to take me out. Because when I tell you, um, yes, you got by any means necessary. So for me, I want to be here, and I don't want to be here on a whole bunch of medicine, taking this medicine to go to bed, this one to get up, this one to help me function during the day. No, when I can really, really work on me and get this stuff up off of me, it comes up and it cleans your heart and you feel so much better. I mean, it shows up in ways that you don't even know. So, in order for us to get to this open heart, to a heart that's open to healing, number one, we got to invite God to search us, not just see us, not just tell me when I'm cute, not tell me when I'm on point, but search me. And I'm gonna do like Bishop Pierce say, I'm gonna lean in on you. I might be right up on you on the screen. I'm gonna lean in like Bishop Pierce would say, lean in and listen to this. Tell them to search you. Tell them to get right there in that part right there that you don't want nobody to know about. You don't want to know that ugly. You don't want nobody to know those thoughts and those things that you're thinking about your neighbor or your spouse or your children or your coworker. So when we ask God to come in and search us thoroughly and not just see us, God already know. I'm gonna say that again. God already know. And we already know the other day, he's the author and the finisher of our faith, right? So guess what? We have to make sure that we are completely honest and open for this invitation and to invite him into our lives. And then we can have a real transformation. Remember, get fit is freedom in the mind, that internal healing where something goes on the inside, and you have that transformation. It's not, well, it is the transportation that to move you to from one state to another. It moves you from one space to another, but transformation. And so when we ask him to search us and search our hearts, it's an act of surrender. Like when he says, listen, put your hands up. I did not want that officer to tell me that. Okay. I had to put my hands up. Okay. And then he began, and I had to surrender because I had to say, I'm no threat to you. I'm there's nothing that I got my hands up. When we do this, it's saying, okay, I'm taking my hands off. I am surrendering this and seeing what you can do. Okay. So we got to invite him in. Number 2, be honest about what really hurts. Put your hands up and ask somebody if you ever, honesty is the best policy. Good morning, Africa. I saw you slid on in here. Um, um, put a 5 in the chat if you felt like, if you have not been real honest. There's times where you haven't been honest about how you really feeling. Put a 5 in the chat. Like somebody say, Kara, how you doing? And you don't really be honest. Like you're not really telling the truth. Put a 5 in the chat. I just want to make sure, am I out here by myself? Because I was just talking to Regina yesterday, and I said, you know, she was like, she called to check in and check on me. And I was like, I'm learning just to be honest, to tell people how I'm really feeling. Like, if you know me, May through August is all rough months for me. Rough months because of anniversaries. Well, had been rough. Let me say that back because I'm decreeing and what's going on, Latoya? Good morning, friend. I'm learning to stop saying, oh God, it's the worst months. And yeah, that it used to be very difficult. May, June, July, August, right? Well, really it starts in April, right? April, it comes because my cousin Jean passed away April. All this is same, like we lost some good pioneers in our family. So April starts Jean, then May, Theo passes away. Well, and May was a rough month because let me see, Marcella passed away, but these are my mama's friends. Willie Mae Ewan passed away. Then Teresa's grandmother passed away. Then my mama passed. So now my mama went to 3 funerals prior to her getting sick, right? So that's me. So I went to Marcella's funeral. I went to um, uh, Willie Mae Ewan's funeral. I went to Miss Floss's funeral. Then I went to Theo's funeral, and then my mama's funeral. Um, so you think about all that, and then you got Mother's Day in there, right? Then come June. So this is the week leading up to my mama's passing away. So there were all kinds of major events. Now remember, my aunt Theo had just passed away that Saturday. Mama got in the hospital, and then the very next Saturday she died. So you got to think about a double whammy. We have some of the same. Yes, we do. So then when you think about that thing, when I tell you, I almost dread these 4 months coming up in times past. I would get a little recluse. I would kind of back off. I wouldn't really say much. I wasn't really doing much. Many people didn't even notice that I was going through all these things. But and I didn't ever tell anybody because when I was showing up, oh girl, I'm good. Oh yes. And I showed up for everybody, everything until it's like, you know what? You gotta be honest. You got to stop holding on to this acting like you is superwoman. Baby, I burnt the cake. Okay. I didn't just tear it up. Because if you tear it up, you can get somebody to sew it back up, right? I burnt that thing. Like it's just ashes. It's no more superwoman trying to be boom. So when you start thinking about that, then June, this Miss Dane's birthday. It's Father's Day. My mama died on his birthday. So then we got July. My pastor passed away. The next week, my daddy passed. I said, Lord, you is just really like you took some big heavy hitters out of my life, people that that influenced who I am and did some of the things. And I'm like, are you what's going on? All I felt like the world had come to an end. Okay. So when my mama died, baby, that was a game changer. I didn't care nothing about nobody. Listen, exactly. So, but I said, you over here feeling a type of way, feeling like you're an orphan, feel like nobody loves you. There's no, and my husband's just sitting here looking at me like cross-eyed, like, really, chick? Is this your story? Is this what you get ready to do? And when I do that, that's like, sing your song. I get ready to sing hee haw, gloom, despair, agony on me. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm like Sweet Brown. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I had to be honest. And that's why I really had to go get some help because it was starting to build up all types of things in me, which was affecting my health. So God wants to meet us right where we are, get us out of our worry, get us out of the shame, the things that we think that don't really uh b- uh bother us or keep us bogged down. That's right. That's why uh change your mind, you change your life. And that is the God heaven's truth. So we can no longer walk in this fear of what they're gonna say. Guess what? They talked about Jesus who knew no sin, who did everything right. He got on the cross so we can have everlasting life, and they're still talking about him. So guess what? Give them something to talk about. You hear me? I had to drink my water on that. Yes. When I tell you, Mr. Blackman, I don't know. I think they broke the mold when they made Mr. Blackman because it takes a special person to deal with me. Okay. I just and he been rocking with me for 34 years. Getting ready to be 34. Yeah. So you don't find him like that. And you're right, he does. He lifted me and he'll just say, he'll look at me and like, check yourself. You don't get yourself together. You over here acting stupid and crazy. Listen. And so I thank him because sometimes he can help me. Sometimes he has handicapped me in ways. So now he's starting to like he taking a crutch, Teresa. He taking a crutch off me over here because y'all know he done went over there to that darn Longhorn and got that cheese that strawberry shortcake and brought came back home with one because he said no. I'm not aiding in the bed you anymore. I'm not bringing you all the stuff that you want because you in your feelings. So we have to then, once we be honest with ourselves, then God can help us. Like if you honest and you need the help and want the help, and you have to want it, and it takes discipline and consistency. So that's what I've been doing this month. My consistency, it started out as a 21-day challenge, and then you all said, girl, no, this is some good stuff. We want to come on, keep it continue. Then when I met with my leader of the prayer group that I'm a part of, she was like, okay, so now I'm stretching y'all a little bit more. Go live 10 more days, And I said, well, you know what? I actually have never stopped. So I said, the people ask, they keep coming. So it is. And so now that we know we got to put him first, we got to ask him in. We got to invite him to come on and search us. And then when he searches, when we find those wicked ways, because it says, search me. And if there be any wicked ways, go on and cleanse me thoroughly, Lord. Because there are some wicked ways in us. There's some things we got to let go. And we have to keep moving. We got to be consistent. And when you're consistent doing something, it becomes a habit. You can't even, like right now, some of us still get up at the same time because we normally are getting ready and prepared for the nudge. Why? Because our body has been doing this for almost 5 years. So we're consistent in it. It's a part of our morning routine. So then you got to let God lead you forward. Once he start revealing to you, giving you all these things, showing you all this ugly, he not just showing them just to be showing you. Now you got to move forward. You got to let this stuff go. And I don't know if y'all remember that lesson that is FLM. Forgive, let go, and move on. Pastor Sherry in her very soft voice, as nobody can do it like her. It's so soft and pleasant, but then she gives you a word that will cut you, okay, with a smile on her face. We have to forgive, we have to let go and move on. And then we have to let God be the forefront runner in our life. And we ask him to search us and thoroughly through and through. And when he say, if there be any wicked way in me, baby, he means that. So we have to remember when we getting a little antsy or stuff. Let's remember Psalms 130, 139. We don't even you don't even really fool with that one that much, do you? That's a Psalm that we probably don't even deal with. 139. 23 and 24. So when we start asking him to test us and show us and give us all these types of things, let's get back to and be steadfast and unmovable in him when we ask him. And so when we start the prayer of this and we start our plea in the right direction, we ask him to lead me in. At the very end of it, let me pull it back up. It says, I want to say it says, lead me or guide me. Let me look and say, and lead me in the everlasting way. So we done asked him to search us, oh God. We told him to know our heart. We told him to test it and see and know all the thoughts that you have that's going on in your mind and see if there be any wicked ways or hurtful ways in me. So that means if I got some thoughts that I ain't got no business having, or if I'm holding on to something that's hurting me. It's a twofold. You got to say, get these evil thoughts. Yes, when I think about when so and so did such and such, I'm thinking about how I can cut her up, slice her up in small little pieces, and mail her to her family. You say, oh, you done thought about that, girl. Yes, there was a side of me, not this side, baby, that I could figure out how the body could come up missing. And I wanted to do something to this guy so bad. Yes, top flight. Yes. Black. Yes. Elder Tina. Yes. Yes, I did. And you know what? The Lord would not let me see him when I had that wicked way in my heart. I didn't run into him at all for months. I got saved March 25th, 1991. Don't you know I ran into that joker that same week? I had just given my life to Christ. And he had to say something smart, right? He said something smart and a little slick at the mouth. And guess what I said? You better be glad I found Jesus. I gave my heart to Christ. I said, because you know what I was going to do to you? I was going to chop you up, slice you up, and put you on your sister's porch. Since that's where you went and ran all the women through your sister's house. I was going to sit you on your sister's porch. I said, but I found Jesus. And guess what he said? Well, you always said that if we broke up, you was gonna go to church. I said, and guess what? You better thank God I found him, because that's exactly, you would have been a has-been and walked right off. And I guess he didn't know what to do with that. But that's what you get. So you better thank God I got Jesus. And some of people that's on this live, good morning, Dr. Sam. Good morning, Dr. T. So good to see y'all. Some of y'all that's on this live know me and know the thug me, and know it wasn't nothing for me to have a blade in one pocket and a blade in another one. Because the kind of people I ran with and the kind of crowd that I ran with just wasn't, you just never know what might pop off. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. But thank God for Jesus. Yeah, you better thank God I found the Lord, because I was a straight thug. So when they say, you about that life, I, I'm about that life. And so sometimes I have to say, I asked my friend Toya just yesterday, said, do I need to scrap up? Somebody, she had, something, and it just the way it came in the comment. I'm like, wait a minute. We was in our group chat, and I said, wait a minute, do I need to scrap up? I had to think about it. Okay, you're not Big Red anymore, but Big Red is in there. Okay, so I always tell people, they laugh. You want somebody to tab something. You want Big Red on the scene. You don't ever want to see Big Red. Okay. Those that know Big Red know you don't want to see Big Red. That is the part that Red is dead. That is the wicked part of me that I have to say, search me, oh God, help me. Don't let me don't let this thug life, yes, Top Flight is a whole thug. And now the cat is out of the bag. Now you understand why I watch the door. Like, it's a habit. It's one of those habits that I had to do. I had to always I have to always watch my back. So that's why I watch the door, watch the people. So now you know where Top Flight Security come from, because I always had to be watching. I had to be on the go. Never knew. I always needed to know where the exits was. Never knew. So that's why I am Top Flight Security, because of past life. And that part of my life I still kept, because you always got to be watchful who's around you. I count the people. I know when new people come. I know when people go. So that's why, because people wonder, well, how? Wow. And so that was a gift that God just, it was for one area. So that's why you have to think about gifts that we have, our gifts and talents. There's some, y'all know I got some gifts and talents. That's why when you find Jesus, the things that lay dormant in you, you can keep them. See, y'all done got me all stirred up, and let me get back to my notes. That's why I have these notes, y'all, because if not, we'll be on here and y'all be late for work. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm a watchman on the wall. It was preparation. Yeah. See, I had no clue of all of what God was doing for me when I was out there. But when I think about the stuff that I was strategically doing, that's why I don't have a problem with when I ask people stuff. The Lord has gifted me to be able to do certain things because of past life experiences that was equipping me for the kingdom, but I did not know that he was going to bring me here. Like, I had, if anybody would have told me that I would be preaching and teaching the gospel, I would have told you, no, look, you're talking about lies and garbage, because you're talking about someone who would take a zero on an oral book report. I wouldn't even get up in front of the class, let alone now in front of thousands of people on a social media network. Miss Freeman knew what was in me. Like, all my teachers from third grade all the way up to when I got to 10th grade, Linda James Freeman said, not on my watch. you won't be going to the 11th grade without going through summer school if you don't stand up here and say this book report and recite these Langston Hughes poems. You don't get up here, you don't say these book reports, you don't do these things. I don't care what your grade average is, you going to summer school, chick. Now, what day you doing your book report? Because she knew I ain't want to go to summer school. That's right. What the enemy went for, he turned it around. And so that's when you be honest and you think about these things and you have to really start talking to God to say, what can I do? I want a heart that's led by God, because you already know that um this heart is wicked and it can take you in some ways. And so we need to be led by God. Yes, she did. And I don't think Teresa, she never really connected to another class like she did our class. It was something about us. I said, well, God, I thank you because it lead and guide us and search me, got me to the person that I am today. And we laughed about it before she left. I said, who would have thought I would be up ministering? And she asked me to do her eulogy, and I was like, Miss Freeman, you like a mama to me. There is no way I'm gonna be up there and be able to do your eulogy. Okay. I am honored that you felt that well of me. She said, because you know me. I don't want nobody getting up there talking and lying. You know me. That's what she said. And I want you to do my eulogy. And she was preparing me for her death. I just didn't realize that's what she was doing. And but I did say some words at her funeral. Her daughter's like, I would be remiss to not get you to say something. And so I did say some things at her funeral, but I wasn't doing that eulogy. Mm-mm. So listen, y'all know I always leave y'all with some kind of life application. And so today I want you to start writing down the thoughts that causes you to be fear and insecure, things that you don't want nobody to know. Start writing them down, and then find some scriptures to counteract that fear and that insecurity where you can't be honest with yourself. Because in order for you to be able to heal, you got to first admit that there's something going on. And if you need to talk to somebody else, talk to Jesus, of course. But if you need a little extra help, go and get you some help. Okay. Ain't no need of sitting around holding on to this. So that's what I want you to do. Take those thoughts, those fears, those anxiety, those things, those innermost ugly thoughts that you don't want nobody to know, and replace them with God's word. Yeah, replace the lie with the truth. Because God's word, there's something in everything in here. And I'm glad I got this out. This is it's a little makeup bag. It's something I found, and I gave it to my team, the care team, the ladies. And it says this: you said, this is what we say, it's impossible for me too. But then God says in Luke 18 and 27, all things are possible. You say, I'm too tired. It said, I feel okay. Oh yeah, I'm too tired. And he says, I'll give you rest. Matthew 11:8, 28 through 30. You say, I feel all alone. He says, I will never leave you. Hebrews 13 and 5. You say, I can't. He said, you can do all things, and it's through Christ that strengthens me, and which is Philippians 4 and 13. You says, I can't forgive myself. He says, I forgive you. Romans 8 and 1. I can't figure it. I can't figure it out. He says, I will direct your path. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So we have a counteract to every negative thought that we say. And I thought I saw this and I thought this was so cute. And I thought, you know what? Let me bless my team with this. It's so nice. It's so cute. And then, I mean, it's got a woman on here, and then it's a cute little, I got, all my little goodies that when I want to go somewhere, I got all my little you know what? This is where my stuff at. I've been looking for my stuff, y'all. Okay. I'm glad I grabbed the bag up because all my goodies is, yep, this is my bag. I'm been looking for my stuff, y'all. I kept trying to figure out where's all my stuff. I forgot. I packed it in this little bag when I went to the DR, and it's right here in this bag. Because normally I don't fool with this bag, but this is where all my goodies is. So listen, you use your yes. So this is a cute little bag, and so y'all just remember, let's be truthful, let's be honest, let's get healed, because in the only way that we are going to be able to do what we need to do and have a heart open is healing. That's power. That God already knew it. So give it to him and let him know. And so I'll see y'all today. Look, y'all know I'm getting ready to go on vacation, so I'm getting excited. So my days is getting mixed up. I'm getting all excited because I'm going on vacation. But tomorrow is Friday. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same back channel. And then y'all know when the weekend starts, if I'm traveling, I won't be live, but I will have something live for you for Saturday and Sunday and possibly Monday, because I'll be traveling. So then I'll be back live when I get back live, because I don't like to, disturb people's sleep that I'm traveling with. So all right, roomies, you know who you are. That's we getting ready to hit the road. So y'all tune back in. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to, I'm taking the red boots. I forgot to take the red boots the last time, but I'm putting red boots in the suitcase first. And that's what I normally do, and build everything around those red boots. So don't forget to share this with somebody, share this out with somebody. Somebody may need to hear this. Somebody might need to do this. And if you're not following me on my social media channels, I forget to do this. And y'all, next week we will be back. Let me see if it's going to let me be great. I don't know what's happening. I got to figure out what's going on with my clicker. The big one and the one on the computer. Y'all see that every time I click, it doesn't let me get up there. But the flyer with all of us, we'll be back on track. We are looking at the coming to Winston, and so Regina, we gotta talk so we can get all that worked out. Because I'll be back in town. So if we own for Monday, and the weather is weathering. But if not, we've been doing some virtual stuff. So don't forget, if you want to get up and exercise early in the morning at 5, then let me know. Because I'm willing to get up. And what we'll do, we'll just put something on the screen, and then you'll be in your house, I'll be in my house. And if you want to connect in the evening when it's raining, and you want to just still have that camaraderie, Teresa was willing to FaceTime me while they were at the gym, so we can get together and get this movement and I messed around and hit something, and I can't see the last comment, but I will comment once I get off this live and see what's going on with this laptop, because you know how technology is good till it ain't. Okay, so that's a little bit about what we're doing. So don't forget to share, like this, and follow me on all social media platforms. It's Enriched by Tina. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. If I can end this live. This is, I got to get this worked out, because now it seems like the live, I can't get the live to stop in it. See what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Okay, Lord. There it is. Now
tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me